Hello YouTube, hello you, directed to you. Maybe that should be my intro catchphrase, or maybe not. Alright, so actually before I jump into the actual topic, this time I'm trying to film horizontally all this space. Wow. But let me know if the vertical one was better. I don't know. I mean, vertical is easier for me to film, but maybe horizontal looks nicer. Or if you have any other tips, let me know. Or if you want to see something in some style, I can try that maybe. You know, I'm still evolving here. We are evolving together to bring you something that you might be interested about. And it might as well be visually somewhat interesting. Although I want to keep it raw, easy and quick to do. So don't expect a Hollywood film crew just yet. Not with this budget. Alright, so back to the actual thing. So I had a question or a ponder about Foley boxes. I'm just going to be calling them Foley boxes. Boxes with stuff inside them. So the question was about constructing one of these, but I thought that before I go and talk about how I have constructed these, I didn't actually fully build them myself, but I was in the process of building them and designing them. But yeah, I thought I would first show where I started. Of course, my history didn't start purely with this thing. I went to a school for multimedia moving picture back in my early 20s, and over there I saw my first Foley box and it blew me away. Creating your own sound effects with that, or you know, in general creating your own sound effects was mind-blowing. But I can talk about that later some other day. But yes, let's go. So when I was in school I would do projects back home as well. And I continued doing projects back home even after school. And I wanted my own Foley box, but living in an apartment, I really didn't have any proper choice to, to build a proper box. So I made my own kind of little hybrid box, and I still have it. And I might still use it, like if I travel to somewhere, I might take it with me, like game jams or something. So yeah, let's see. Oh, it's under all this junk. Ketchup. Let's get all this stuff. Oh, and I also, I still have all random boxes and stuff from this equipment, because I can use them to create sounds with. So here, this is with which I've done a lot of projects. Extremely simple in design, but effective. This box I've used in a game called Badland, Nuclear Throne, and a bunch of other games. Like this box has been around. So as you can see, it's really simple. Well, let me just go through the box actually. I'm trying to think of what to say. This is a raw video. We're live. So yeah, I wanted a box to contain stuff in, but I did not want the box to resonate. So if I had like a big like plastic box like this, it just sounds different. So I wanted something kind of that wouldn't bounce the sound back inside. This is kind of like a small room. If you think of it as a room, you have the same limitations as a room. So you have sounds bouncing around. So I wanted to minimize that, because the microphone doesn't know what it is. It just picks up whatever it picks up. So I had this idea, and I would put like old clothes. Well, these are the original pants that I used to cover up stuff. Because when I would put sand in a box like this, it would just come out. So I needed something to stop that from happening. And also to minimize the actual sound of the box. So, using something like this is really handy. I mean, these are all original from that time. I even remember what this looked like. This is actually a little walk through memory lane right here. So yeah, all these stones I picked from the local kind of park or forest area nearby where I lived. And all this sand is from outside. A good thing, good pointer. This is gonna be a lifesaver. So when you go and pick up like random sticks, stones, and kind of sand and stuff from outside, wash it. Trust me, wash it in warm water and clean them up. Otherwise, you will have the same problem that I had, which is having a lot of bugs. Bugs spawn from them. So when I first did this stuff, I didn't know. I just picked up stuff. And then I was wondering, where are all these bugs coming from? And I realized I had brought like at least a small civilization into my living room. And that was not very nice. So yes, remember to wash stuff if you bring it from outdoors. Because you will bring like bug eggs and stuff. So yeah. You see, it works. Sounds like sand. So this is what I used, and I mean this works. It's brilliant. I've used this in many projects. It works. Just goes to say that you can really make sound effects anywhere. Just be creative. So yeah, that's kind of the cheapest and kind of most convenient option, I guess, for like working at home or so on. Then I used to have different boxes in the previous studio we had. I had these separate kind of wood boxes. I don't have any of them remaining anymore, but there were boxes that I could move around. But the minus with that was the boxes were not solidly in place. So when I would do sounds, wood warps over time. So sometimes they might have like a little warp in them. Gong, 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 gong. You would hear the actual box. And also the box, as it was free roaming, it resonated. And they were made of wood. It resonated, and that's not good. So in the new studio, as this workroom was built to my specs, as I wanted the boxes to be implemented into the room. And so the thing with Foley boxes and sound studios in general is room inside a room kind of design philosophy. So these boxes are actually all kind of like mini rooms inside this room, which is already a room inside a room. And that is to prevent, well, one of the things is to prevent vibrations from kind of traveling from one point, like from one room to another. Let me kind of attempt to rephrase that a bit. So when I have the microphone, I bring it here and I record here. I don't want whatever I'm doing here to vibrate through the structures into the microphone stand and making the microphone stand produce unwanted resonances. Even though microphone stands have all this stuff, I did this on a pistol grip and all this stuff, it still is not perfect. Like if I have the mic here and I go boom on the ground, it will probably go boom, a bit like that when recording. So let's open one of these. As you can see, I have a lid thingy. Let's put it down here. So how this is constructed is you can see that I'm making, actually let me take this other one off too so you see better. So here, these are separate little rooms, as you can see. All of these. This is kind of the base of this is on a different, what's the word in English? Different like concrete pour or whatever you call it. Like this whole area is not properly connected to this floor. This floor is a completely different floor than these are in. And there's stuff to prevent this. But I mean, it's still, you can see, connected in various ways, but it's not as bad as if it was directly on this floor. So yeah, that's a weird thing. Right? But yeah, so these are what my Foley boxes look like currently, which I work with. But of course, for me, as this is my job, so to say, everything's being built so that it's convenient for me. So when I record, I want everything to be kind of... these are just to make my life easier. So the less editing I need to do, the better. But yeah, these are what my boxes look like. And built like this. And I have, but I rarely would, do something here and then do something here and jump around. It's more like me focusing on recording one box at a time. But I've done projects where I might have, walked from one surface to another kind of a thing. But it's rare. Yeah, I don't know really what else to say. These are what the boxes look like. The thing that I really wanted to tell you is, you don't need to go this hardcore. And I mean, these are not even that hardcore. Like a big proper... When I say proper, this is proper too, of course. But, like big movie Foley studios, like with the size of a warehouse where they have like gigantic Foley boxes. They might be a bit more hardcore in construction, but yeah, this is what my boxes look like. If you want something more specific about this, I'll gladly answer. Write it down in the comments, and yeah, I'll get back to you. I don't know, this video is probably just me rambling, talking random stuff. This didn't go as I planned, but they never do. Yeah, I hope you found this interesting. Indeed, you can do stuff yourself too. One thing, I know this is already 12 minutes. I want to keep this 10 minutes, but that's apparently impossible. A lot of things, like this woodland stuff or sand. I mean, nah, there's sand. Trust me, there's sand in these ones. Or here. I would actually prefer to record this stuff outdoors if it's a quiet day and like the right kind of material. Currently, it's not the right kind of material for, your basic sand material. But I would prefer to record outdoors because you just have more space, it's more natural, and it sounds great. Maybe one video I'll do about field recording, so you'll see my setup and how I work outside. But I would rather do that when it's warm outside and show you actual outside footage. But maybe I'll do one back here, if you're interested, that is. Yeah, mainly I wanted to show you can do stuff very low budget by yourself. Remember to wash the stuff you bring from outside back indoors, or otherwise you'll have bugs. Alright, hope this video interested you in any way. I'm gonna clean this up now.